With the 2016 Games in Rio underway, the issue of doping still looms large over certain events. Last week, the International Olympic Committee ruled that 271 Russian athletes would be allowed to compete in the Games, more than two-thirds of their original entry list of 389. This after an independent commission uncovered state-sponsored doping in track and field. Further investigation found other sports were involved. American weightlifter Kendrick Ferris says it is sad he will not be facing a formidable Russian opponent in his weight class.
It's one competitor that's in my weight class. I think he was a medal winner in 2012, and obviously he won't be competing again this year. But at the end of the day, we can't control any of that, so we have to be focused on what we can do on the platform.
Many governments and international organizations called for a complete ban on Russian athletes from the Games, but the IOC opted instead for individual sporting federations to decide if athletes should be allowed to compete. The majority of banned Russian athletes were weightlifters, canoers, kayakers, and those competing in track and field. Ferris says the Weightlifting Federation made the right decision.
We have to keep the sport clean. We got to make sure that all the athletes that are training the correct way, training and competing the correct way, had the best opportunity to represent, when they're out on the platform and represent whatever competition it is. And since the Olympic Games is the biggest competition in the world.
This is the first Olympics for American weightlifter Morgan King. She says she has tried to push the doping scandal aside and stay focused.
And for me, it being my first one, I definitely don't want that to kind of overshadow the experience. And weightlifting, I think, did the right thing.
All of the athletes we talked to said it was time to move on. They say the spirit of the Games is still alive and well in Rio, and that should be the legacy that endures. Jeff Swicord, VOA News, Rio de Janeiro.